And we are live. Hey, at least for me, anyways, till you get this video. And this is recorded for you. Ha 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 ha. So, I got the 420. Gonna celebrate some 420. Well, wow. I'll be honest with you. That doesn't happen very often, but fucking A, it feels good. Woo! Almost a fucking cough off of 420. Woo! Oh my god. Oh. Big cough. BC. Big cough. So, we're living in some interesting times in the 21st century. 2/1/21st. So, here we are in the 21st century. And, suddenly I can hear people outside my window talking. I heard someone say British, which is pretty cool, and I might as well say shout out to the British, because the British are that's family right there. That's part of America too. I mean, people that don't think so are not really connecting the dots on how America formed. I know Russia. Speaking of which, I'm gonna Spock. Spock. I'm gonna Captain Spock. I'm going to speak about Russia. The collusion they're always putting over here, and knocking off Aaron Hernandez and stealing Robert Kraft's ring and brainwashing all of us out here, and other people, making backdoor deals with them and everybody else to pretty much take a shit on everyone that's really from here. Selling everybody out, literally. Speaking of which, and I don't trust what they say, I don't trust what numbers they give, but I gotta ask. I know we allegedly owe China a lot of money, but I'm gonna have to figure that Russia owes them a lot more than we do, considering all the mess they're in. Alright. Let me throw it at you one more time before I go any further. And this is for the future, for children. Hey, you got a kid that wants to become a football player? You don't want that to happen to him? Well, why don't we study this case then? He died at 27 years old, murdered in a cell, AH, We got Chico Joseph over there. Joseph Chico, Jesus Christ, I'm telling you, man, to some people they'll say, it just sounds crazy, but either you know what you're talking about or you don't. 4/19/2017 translates to 1917/4/20, like I talked about before. Scheduled murder. And then again, Odin Lloyd, who was also 27 years old, knocked down with a 45 Magnum, 1945, age 1945. I'm 43 right now. In 1945, on 4/3, I'm 43 years old now, so on 4/30 in 1945, Adolf Hitler allegedly went with a cyanide pill, and then he went to ashes, dust to dust. He was cremated too. So all I'm saying is that yeah, there's a lot going on with this. It's not just the average normal reality. So it's a lot of science going on. There's a lot of paranormal activity even. Sucks to say, 99.9% of the people out there that claim they do paranormal activity ain't doing fucking anything with it at all. It's a farce or fucking something close to it, or they're half in the bag with it. Me, on the other hand, I'm all out, the real deal for you. So, always pleasure to meet you. Like I said, my connection with him is a lot. You know, I was smoking the same pot as him, really, overall. I'm in Rhode Island, he's in Connecticut, then in Mass. It's all connected, literally, those states. So, here in New England, where we are natives, sorry if some people don't like the color, native nonetheless, because I was born here, you know. And by the way, shit, I'm a native to the planet, and so does he. So is he. Connection to it. Once again, before I get more through into it, is that my last name is Sylvia from my father's side, because they came from St. Michael's in Portugal. And so my grandfather came over there, and Grandpa Sylvia. Then my grandmother came over from there. Emily, her name was Emily Santa Cristo, and William Sylvia. My grandfather, they came over here. Their parents did actually. Then they met here and had my father and all them. And so on Sylvia, from the Sylvia Santo Cristo side, from Portugal, St. Michael's. Yeah, so the Sylvia comes from the Roman Empire. Portuguese, yes. But the name is technically Italian. So, from the name is the Roman Empire. From the Roman Empire, we have the Catholic Church. Catholic Church and all that connected. You've got Jesus Christ all fucking over it, no matter how you fucking look at it. Just like Buddha, just like Prophet Muhammad and all the others that have come before and after. Definitely a Jesus Christ. So the calendar came out, the Roman calendar, the one we have now. They had versions of it. Wasn't that cool that they had one version of the Roman calendar where when that was enacted, when that was an active calendar, real history, it's not fucking made up. There was Sir Isaac Newton, Sir Isaac Newton, Sir, like the serpent. Apple fell on his fucking head. Boom. Saw the fucking light. Roy G. Biv, the shit that I wrote down before. ROY G. Biv, and like I said, in the other video I already showed it to you. You know, where there's more paranormal activity in the natural world than people would want to perceive. So, anyways, my point with Sir Isaac Newton, he has the same birthday as Jesus Christ. Same day, same month. So there you are, and that's what it is. So with that, you know, moving forward onto the calendar we have now, Jesus is born on the same day as Sir Isaac Newton, the physicist from England. England! Shout out to England, Sir Isaac Newton. England, Angel Land. Isn't that nice? That's what it is. It's Angel Land. A fucking good one, too. But anyways, Jesus Christ is on the calendar. Getting to the whole answer I'm giving you on Sylvia and the Roman Empire, the calendar, and Jesus, and science, and Isaac Newton, and the whole answer, to where now we have Sylvia, Roman Empire, calendar, Jesus Christ, all that shit. So shout out to Jesus, shout out to God. You can never go wrong with God, folks. Anyone that says I tell people I love God, and then they'll go behind my back and say I don't. It's like, well, you know what? If you don't want to believe what I'm telling you, folks, and or you know, it's. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. So, but anyways, there are 12 months. 12 months. Besides, we are the 20. Are we in the 20? Are we right now with the stars aligned? Are we right now in the 21st century? We are. 12 months, 21st century, locked in. Jesus Christ. Good. On the other hand, and by the way, we have the calendar from my side, my father's side, the Sylvia side, the Roman side, the calendar, the one we all use. And then on my mom's side, she has Czechoslovakian, German, Russian. My mom's got a whole bunch of Irish, so a lot of genetics going on. Humans have been around a long time, all species. So my mom, my mother also, to the point, Native Iroquois Native American, which breaks down the other calendar on the other side, which is the Native American calendar, which is this land that we're in here, America. And then, of course, Italy's on the other side. Here we are, Columbus and all. But anyways, Columbus, yeah, Spain, Italy. He sailed out of Spain. They think he was Italian or Portuguese. What difference does it make? They're both the same, if you ask me. But anyways, kind of like to make a joke when Puerto Ricans and Dominicans say that they're different when they're kind of like the same, really, even if they stop arguing against each other. But that's just my opinion. It's a joke to people that I know that are Puerto Rican or Dominican. But anyways, point being, on my mom's side, Iroquois Native American, they also had a calendar too. All right. So their calendar went upon lizards, right? Because they were, they're on a whole other thing. So what they did is they take and I'm going to give you the snapping turtle. The snapping turtle is the one I like in New England. And anyways, the Iroquois out here, they'd all use the turtle shell for the calendar. And the turtle shell is like this round thing, this round Mayan calendar you see behind me, the 2012 incident. So the number 13 on the Iroquois Native American turtle shell, you get 20. There's 28 small plates all the way around the shell. Then there's 13 in the middle. Each of the 13 is 1 month, and each of the 28 all the way around are 20 is a day each. So you get 28 days, 13 months, 365 days. Each month is a full moon. Full moon. You got to have the full moon. We're talking about Halloween. We're talking about werewolves. We're talking about a lot of shit. So, me being your werewolf, don't miss out on the fangs. Canine, shouting out at you. So, the 13 months in the turtle shell, the 28 days makes a calendar. It's already there. It's all connected. So they figured it out. Mother Nature figured it all out for us to figure it out with her. It wasn't a mistake. It isn't, an accident and we kind of figured it out and it's just all by chance. No. Mother Nature programs shit. Most certainly does. So that's what we have. We have the Roman Catholic calendar. We have the Iroquois calendar. And then we also have behind me the Mayan calendar. I love the Mayan calendar. It's fucking awesome. 2012. You know what happened in 2012? They said it was the end of the world, but a lot of shit happened in 2012 for Mr. Aaron Hernandez. 1, his daughter was born. 2, some bullshit about him getting set up with a fake friend and guns and a whole, however that scene was set up from beginning to finish before he even got there and everything. And with the other murder with Odin Lloyd. How it's all hypnotically put together to make that shit fucking happen because that guy's been brainwashed. Hernandez hanged. Hernandez hernia surgery. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you, folks. So all I'm saying is that I know we got other people in other parts of the world that are saying there's no God and it's just communism and everyone here is nothing but a fucking monster and all this shit. And and then you've got like I was talking about that physicist Dr. Kuku Kaka, Miku Kaku. He's the Asian gentleman who comes over to this country. He's claiming that he's the most badass motherfucker in string theory, even though there's other people like Brian Greene, who's actually pretty good from this country. And again, like I'm gonna listen to him more because he's our guy. I'm assuming that he's giving us a lot of science information, not a bunch of head jargon to go with it. So, Miku Kaku's like, oh, people are not programmable. It's all nah, dude. You know the difference. That dude's a fucking scam, and he's an educator and a scam at the same fucking time. No questions asked. No questions asked. How far does science go? He'd be one to ask, but I don't know if he's gonna give you the answers. So let me see. I'm gonna take one more hit, and I'm gonna give you some translations that I wrote down. Here we go. I'm gonna give you a quick. Of course, there's a lot of details you could add in and try and argue it out, but let's stick with facts here, because we don't have to do all that extra shit. Roman Empire splits up. They go into Rome. Rome goes into Russia. Rome goes into England. Rome goes into Germany. Rome goes fucking damn near everywhere. And it divides. It splits in half, like the Red Sea. You see red behind me? Like the Red Sea. Sea's red. Red Sea. But anyways, Roman Empire splits in half. Why? Overall, what were the fucking reasons? Well, basically human rights. What do you know? People just wanted to be fucking treated correctly. Well, that shit always fucking gets pressured down and has to break free as it normally does. So anyways, at the end of the day, Constantine, the emperor, he's laying down on his bed. His whole, goddamn everyone in fucking Rome wants to be a Christian because people can be forgiven instead of being enslaved and what do you call it, brainwashed, and all the kinds of crazy shit they're playing on each other. So, out of enough chaos, sanity always prevails. He's laying on his deathbed. He claims he says and he sees, and I'm not going to knock any type of spiritual or anyone that sees real ghosts, not the fucking fake shit, real shit. And those are to be reported, but here we are. We got an emperor or a king who didn't believe in fucking anything, and there he is dying, and what is he doing? He's confessing to Jesus Christ. Calls him his Lord and Savior. Pronounces it to be Christianity, to be the new religion, and dies. And what happens next? People become Christian and all that shit around that. And what happens? What happens with Rome? Like a broken heart, it just split in half. People went down that way towards Russia way, and other people went down there the English way. And then you got everything in between. And when all the European ways, on English and all that level is pretty much what you see. But on the other side, when they got to the Russia way and all that, there was a lot of different people there too, like Chinese, Asians, Mongolians, India. Go through all that, get all the way up there. Quite a journey. So and then let's just say, interesting enough, before I show you these translations, is that in history is shown and told as is. What not everyone gets to. We know truth is always filtered or broken up or not told at all. But then there's real truth. And then there's truths that you hear here that you can put together with what you know. That look at the alphabet of the English, the alphabet of the Germans, and then the alphabet of the Russians. When I see the alphabet of the English and the Germans, call me biased because English is my language, baby. I fucking love English. I told you it's a magical language because it is. It's a fucking magical language. Is that this is a calculated language. It's not a stupid language. It's not like, oh, we're just gonna do a bunch of brainwash and fix it all together. No. It's a calculated language when you study it perfectly and correctly and how you can mess with it and all these. It's nature inbred through us and into us, and it ain't going nowhere. It's a fucking great language. Now you look at the Russian alphabet. Looks like if I had to study that shit, I'd feel like I'm getting fucking hardened up into a brainwash camp. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Phew. You know, are we studying here or getting brainwashed? Which is what that shit looks like. So this is my opinion. Nothing bad to Russians, by the way, because I'm not dogging on Russia. Not pun intended, dogging on Russia. But I mean, shit. I mean, I'm always hearing about Putin blasting us all the time over here. The Western Nazis, the West of this, the West. It's like, dude, your country looks like a one big giant concentration camp surrounded by a bunch of more land that you ain't doing shit with. Unless you got a bunch of underground concentration camps throughout all there, which we think you have. You probably do got that shit. It's not reporting it. I'll just say all that shit, dude, because fucking, dude, whatever. So it's like, you know, they got a bunch of fucked up shit going on over there. And then why would Germany, and then think about it like this, why would Germany and English have their language pretty much like that, the way it is, where it's formulated, and then you get the Russian over there where it's like they got dots and lines and shit, and well, they're right next to China, communist country. They got lines and dots and everything. Look at their language, and then you kind of see how that formulates into Russia a little bit. And then you got to ask Russia, hey, Russia, right now as we speak, how much money and what debts do you owe China as we speak today, since that's always been the case no matter what? Even before he ever got there. Somehow, some way, that shit just fucking happens over there. So, talking about us having problems over there, wait till you see what the fuck he's not telling you. I guarantee anything. He goes on TV and fucking spouts and lies and fucking does that shit all the time, but whatever. Here's some fun translations. All right. Imagine this language went to China and taught it how to read and write and everything. You know, Angel, Angel would be angel, not angel dust. Like you put this guy on. You know, put him on angel dust and give him a fake friend Wallace and be like, oh, Wallace is just a normal guy. No, he ain't. There's a whole lot going on around Wallace with that PCP going into his head, getting him into that, you know, that BMW and shit. Getting him in that BMW. Left him hanging like that. Brain dead soldier over here just getting brainwashed. Fucking poor football player. But anyway, so China, they had a forbidden city. People go in the forbidden city. They'd be split up. They'd be brainwashed and humiliated, all kinds of shit to control them. There's a whole different feel of fucking shit going on over there. Everyone around the world isn't the same. All the different things people were doing around the world at different times are not the same. So you have to measure each piece of fucking land with those people, who they are, for what that is, around the globe, no matter where you go, and it's not all the same. It's all different, no matter where you fucking go. So, Forbidden City, yeah, they were living their life, but people from outside coming in there, you weren't the same leaving. Yeah, I know they had a trade route with the Silk Road and all that, but it ain't no happy hee ha ha story. None of that shit is. There's always crimes. There's always kinds of cannibalism was happening down there all the time. China. Shiza. So you take the C, and you take the other C, and you make an S. Two C's to make an S. You know? UC. You know, a UC Santo Cristo. How do you like that one? Yeah. UC, S. Scheiße, German. English words, German word. Took a C, made it funny with the S. Scheiße. Does that look familiar? See you doing stuff like that? I-C-N-A-N-I. I'm sorry. I-C-N-A-Z-I. I-C-N-A-Z-I. And then M&M's. See, if it was a lowercase a, it's just the round with the straight, and you just add to the straight. So, you know, everybody is what we are. Hey, if you wanna really let me blow your mind, since we're talking chimps here, take this word. I'll throw this one back at you, since people love this word so much. See this word? Money. All right, now, what happens if you add a K in it? Like a wink, like I'll wink at you. Look at the letter K. Like that, right? K? M-O-N-K. So I'll put a wink in there for you. What does that spell? M-O-N-K-E-Y. Monkey. Excuse me. Pardon me. Monkeys love money. We're all monkeys out here. We're all spending it. It's all coming from somewhere. Everyone, there's a lot more people than just that one country printing it. So that's why it's sad when people take other countries' money and then they use it over here and they just rip everyone off and do whatever the fuck's going on out here. That's bullshit. And it's not the American government state way. You know? So what do we got here? Translations for you. So when the Romans got into to Russia, here's some translations I have for you. So for one, here we go. And there are a bunch of different translations for you. It's gonna look a little crazy to you, but it's not what it is. They're translations, so you gotta, take your time with it. But first off, let's go with this. I love cursive because witchcraft is real, and here's what we got. By the way, just like the 316 that was wrote on his head, his forehead, all this is written in red ink. This is witchcraft. I'm showing you something. So the cursive, so when you break down that word, you get many translations. So you get, from cursive, you get curse, right? C-U-R-S-E. And then in the middle, you get the VI, which is the number 6 from Roman numerals, 666, because it's all from the Roman Empire. And it's all connected and things, And then you can bring it up here saying UC, the R becomes a J, and I'm a JR, which is a junior. U-C, MJS. Well, the E becomes M, like E equals MC squared. See? Oop. Oop. I like Einstein. He's German too. And he was Jew, and I like that. MJS. 666. UC. Do you see me now? Happy Halloween. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. Smell my feet. Give me something good to eat. I'm kind of like a comedian at the same time. I'm doing my best to do that part because I like to make people laugh if I can. So in Russia, I was reading about it, and like basically the first The first, oh yeah, before we go any further, let's laugh at Russia's UFO story that they keep showing us. Look at that, isn't that funny? Okay, that's what the translation is. Okay, whatever. So I'm gonna move forward. So yeah, so there was so when the when they went into Russia, the Romans. So they decide. So anyways, everything everything has been changed and formulated since then, but it's all still connected. So here's the translations for you. This is the name of the. It's when they went into so now we have Moscow now, right, in Russia. So when I'm thinking Moscow, I'm thinking cows, right? The word cow is in Moscow, so I'd have to think that there would have been cows and all that there, and cattle, you know. But anyways, come to find out, cows and cattle, just like a lot of other food and whatnot, are not native to Russia. So that all had to come from like China and India when it finally got in there and they started using it as food and for milk, real milk, not powdered milk. Powdered milk promise people and don't never get it to them. So you got this is the name of the cattle that they brought in to Russia originally. So it's called Kalmyk. And then I took the words Kalmyk, and then I was able to get the words Michael. See? It doesn't have to be exactly the exact same letters. That makes sense. Michael. With an extra K. You know what the extra K is for? It's a wink, just like in the money. And then over here, I've got Sylvia, which is the founding name of the Roman Empire for Rhea Silvia. And then it's over the word Moscow. And Moscow I translated from this because I can translate these things. So Moscow means the number 30, which means the number 30 of cows that they brought when they settled there. So you got 30 in cows. And that's all you get out of Moscow, 30 cows. From hence everything that, originally came there, no matter what they tell you. And then I got Moscow again, where I was able to get this in there because we're getting deep with a lot of different things. Oh yeah, Moscow also shares the same amount of letters as manure. Cow manure, Moscow. So it's kind of like what they are right now with all the shenanigans they've been doing between here and Ukraine and whatnot. So then you got Moscow. I take the M and the W, bring them over, and you get the number 33. And the number 33 is for Jesus Christ. All right? And from Jesus Christ, you have the name Santo Cristo. So you take the S and the C, get the S and the C for Santo Cristo, then you get the two O's, and they go on over here, and then you fill it in with the rest of it, Santo Cristo. It's a puzzle. So then the rest of the puzzle would be this. See, it says ant. Like we're all like rats and ants and astronauts on. Remember astronaut, rats, ants on, when you translate astronauts. And then you got the H. The H is an I for I. ST is for Saint. And the RI is for Rhode Island. I'm from Rhode Island. I know he had Rhode Island plates. He was right next door. We were delivering furniture to him. I'm just letting you know that there's a lot more here going on than just trying to slapstick shit together and real paranormal, folks. It is what it is, as Coach Belichick would say. Greatest coach of all time, by the way. So anyways, here we got, so you got that with Moscow, and you got Sylvia over Moscow. Remember that? 30 cows. 30 cows is a good amount of cows, at least, to get over there, you know. And then, because you had to bring them over, they weren't there. You had to bring them. And then you produce the manure, and then from there, you start farming and shit. And you got to get that shit going. Come on, people. Still trying to catch up over there, huh? So, anyways, and I love the thought of aliens. Do you love the thought of aliens? Fuck, man. Let's talk about, not that fake shit they're trying to bring over here with the hocus pocus brainwash. I think, trying to tell us not to drink milk. I drink milk, okay? No one's going to brainwash me and tell me I don't need to drink milk when it's perfectly fine for me. And they'll do that to you. It's like, it's that insane out here. So, anyways, Putin's calling us Nazis, which is pretty funny considering all the shit he's doing, which is all Nazi shit. And then he's denying it, which is part of what all that shit is, I think. So there it all is. Oops. He speaks German and all. Okay. And anyways. So this is what Russia looks like if they break down the Sylvia name, right? So you got so you take Sylvia, says basically it's because remember LVI, you take the S, you break it into, you split it into two, right? And then you take the I, turns into an H, and then the A goes up there, he goes ha, ha. And then you get LVI, which are Roman numerals for the number 56. And you gotta wonder who allegedly died in their bunker at 56 in Berlin, Germany. You gotta wonder that shit after a while. And then another message comes out. Oh yeah, Russia, and Sylvia combined, really. So in Russia, the word itself, it says you are, right? Like you are, and I break it down some more, but you are SSAH. That's Russia. And then on the bottom, you got Sylvia again. You can break it all down together where so anyways, US, write this down, RI, Rhode Island, United States. Huh? Right there, because somebody with these initials had those plates in this country. And it had something to do with that country. And also, gotta say that the SS, the number 55, 5. And you can't forget the curse. You can't forget the curse. And the curse is this. He and I are both Scorpios. I hope you know this. I hope you know. People are like, oh, the horoscopes aren't real, I was like, well, depends on who you go to. If there's shit and fake, that's what you're going to find. The real, well, then you figure it out. And even then, you may not even know what the fuck it is because you don't know what this real, you've never been around it, so you wouldn't know real paranormal from fake paranormal. And so therefore they just bullshit words, and before you know it, nobody believes in anything, and they're just way out of line. And godless. But I guess my point is that A.M. Aaron Michael, Archangel Michael. I call him Alligator Man. That's Alligator Man right there. Like, he's fucking hungry. Like, he's a big fucking monster spirit that's just, he's like, I'm not at rest. I'm pissed. They robbed me of my fucking life. My fucking family's been shit on. Everyone's running my fucking name through the fucking mud. Brainwashed the whole time, all through fucking Boston and Florida and shit. And everyone's acting like it's not fucking true. Because they want to live on that kind of fucking time. Well, that ain't fucking, you know what I mean? So, whatever. But anyways, I imagine that he's figuring out his fucking magic just like I am, as we all are. And he's just gobbling up fucked up skull. Fucked up, yeah, skulls. Yeah, pile of skulls. He's eating fucked up souls. Mr. Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson, he's saying that there's no such thing as the soul. How does he even know that? Well, because blah, 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 blah. And he goes on the fucking whole answer. And then the part I'm hearing, he's going like this. He's like, well, they had an x-ray machine. And they didn't see it. Okay, well, wouldn't we be able to imagine that there's also more to the body than just the brain and the heart when you don't turn them into a bunch of fucking heebie-sheebie robot shits that are shooting up fucking Tennessee schools? That's programming. So, I mean, so anyways, when you take all that aside and you don't take the soul out of a person, I promise you that's a fucking real thing. Just because you can drain it out of somebody and turn them into a fucking killer and brainwash them into it and get them confused and shit, that doesn't excuse the fact that souls are real. So respect is still real. All that shit's still real. So, and nothing bad to him. He's actually got a lot of love for him, actually. Respect. But I'm just saying that, what I mean? Like, when we're talking about, like, Mr. Aaron Hernandez, it's not just that. I mean, there's plenty of shit to look at. Like I said, the pressure cookers, the fucking Boston Marathon, the fucking... all the shit that was going on. I'm sure there's plenty of extra shit that people know that was going on. They just... I don't know. Fucking people are working. So Russia, don't get me wrong, when I knew nothing about Putin, all I knew was what they advertise him for. Okay, he's a ex-KGB, he loves his country, he does for his soldiers and whatnot. Hey, listen, anyone that does some shit like that, that's on that level for their country, at any level, I'm the kind of guy that even if you're my enemy and if you're like that, I can still respect that. I'm not gonna fucking not think that's anything. See all the fucking views here, But on the other hand, when shit like this is happening and the fucking them throwing people and fucking money into fucking MIT and shit, that's not all CIA. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that. Saying it's all CIA, don't believe it. Been sniffing the air a lot, and I've come to realize that that's horseshit. Oh yeah, I was gonna also start off with the name. So yeah, A.M. Yeah, Alligator Man. That's right. You want to call him a gladiator? You're fucking right. He's a Roman fucking gladiator. He's got Italian blood, Puerto Rican. He's just like me. He's got blood from both sides of the fucking world, and we're right here. And that guy was right in front of everybody. He played it. What did he play that season they went to the Super Bowl? He played in that Super Bowl, right? 13 wins, 3 losses that season. Imagine that. 13 wins, 3 losses. What do you see there magically? I see the number 13. Then I see the number 33 right next to it. Jesus and 1/3 of God's angels for the number 13. So... when people are coming over in this country and they're like, UFOs, aliens, what they got over here? It's like, well, you guys are asking a lot of fucking questions, huh? Interesting. So, it is what it is, Michael. People will talk like this. That way people can see, hey, guys, it's all of us. Hi, guys. Michael, John, Sylvia Jr., and Aaron, Joseph Hernandez. So Aaron and Michael. Then you've got our last names, Hernandez and Sylvia. Sylvia Hernandez. Shh. Not to be confused with Sandy Hook. Shh. Not to put you on the hook, but I'll tell you what. The John, the J in my middle name, that Joseph, that J in his middle name, those are fishing hooks. Everyone's got one. So if you want to come bite on this shit, come bite on it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about it. So when everyone's running around with the, ooh, don't say Putin's name, I'm scared. Dude, fuck you, dude. I don't give a shit. Fuck him. I don't fucking care. He's got a bunch of money around here, so what? The U.S. government is still a big fucking giant thing. It's a bunch of people in it. There's a bunch of women that actually give a fuck about this country, that really are actually trying to do a good fucking job. And then somewhere along the line, no fucking word of a doubt, I can tell that Guantanamo Bay is a fucking good example, right? Guantanamo Bay, hey, isn't that the prison he just came from? Oh, wait a minute, it's called Sousa Prison in Massachusetts. The same thing, but no one's saying anything about it. Feel what I'm saying? Guantanamo Bay, Sousa Prison. Sousa Prison, Guantanamo Bay. Guantanamo Bay, Sousa Prison. All right. They're both ran the same fucking way, but the Sousa Prison's obviously a fucking slaughterhouse of some kind. They torture and shit. What the fuck they're doing in there? Because obviously, look at man. Holy fuck, that prison's fucked. But anyways, yeah, if you want to check out the prison that he was in, look at it, Wikipedia. Sad but true. Because if you're running a prison, that's not what you do to people, dude. I'm sorry. That's not what you do. That's just not, the laws aren't put there for that. I'm sorry. Holy shit. But anyways, Aaron Hernandez, yeah, so, obviously, there's a lot of different types of techniques people are throwing out in the air that people just weren't ready for. So, witchcraft is real, science is real, God is real, America's good. America, land of the plum serpent. That's what it is. And then they also say not only is it land of the plum serpent, it's also named America from the Italian. America from the Italian? Fine. What's the other story? This is one of my favorites. I dog the shit out of fucking Vikings because they dog the shit out of my fucking Romans, but I'll give them a shout out anyways because that's the fucking kind of guy I am. I fuck with the Vikings because it's like, okay, you guys are so fucking badass. Just remember, children, the Romans had to come up there and teach you all how to fucking read. Because you all had little scribbles on your stones. Oh, I got a stone with a scribble on it. Yeah, do you know a whole alphabet? Can you count numbers? Can you build a society? Or do you just build boats and run around and kill shit? So anyways, there's a lot of different ways of seeing how fucking societies work. And Romans can kill shit too. They're just like, hey, we got a whole fucking government, bombs and fucking crazy, all kinds of weapons and scientists and shit. I mean, what the fuck you want to? Fuck, we don't even know what to fucking start with. But hey, so what am I going with here? About to write this shit down. Damn, I hate it when I lose my fucking thought. Well, anyways, sip of coffee. Oh yeah, America. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Brain fart. So here it goes. A. So I put it like this. Okay, America. All right. Eric. Eric who? Eric the Red. But I've got another one for you. So that's the one, Eric the Red. All right. You like that? Yeah, Eric. So here's the American translations of America. Eric the Red, from right I just showed you. A. Eric. It's right there. And then you've got Americu, Land of the Plum Serpent, Native American, which goes with the turtle shell and everything else, feathered serpents and whatnot. Ohio, fucking everything, the serpent mound, all of it. And then you've got America from the Italian explorer. So he was named after him. So there's 3 different ones there. But then I also give you this one. Okay. So here we got, out of America, you get Michael, which fit into it perfectly. See? And then you have, check this out. There we go. First off, there's a lot more here. But anyways, you break it up, bring it all the way up. MIC for Mike, Michael. And then an AE at the end, which would, so it's just missing an H and an L. And then it leaves over the RA for Ra, which is Ra, the sun god, and ancient Egypt. So you get Michael out of that, and you also get you get more out of here, but I'm not going to talk about it. So anyways, yeah, there's a lot more here. So it's a very translatable. America is just a beautiful, it's what it is. So when you study the language, when you go into the Bible, remember, let's go into the Bible and history, right? Because isn't the Bible in like every fucking country? Think about it. It's in every country. Damn near. China has Bibles. They've added to it. North Korea took our Bible. They added Kim Jong-un in there. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm older than you, Kim Jong-un. Wait a minute. Hold up. We came before you with all that shit. You copied off us. You monkey see, monkey do some of our shit there, right? And you also did the same thing from the poor Mexicans saying that you invented a burrito when you didn't. I went to Chipotle, had a great burrito. Nothing about you in there at all, dude. I don't even think everyone knows the difference. So it's like, that country's whack. But, Kim Jong-un knew Mike John. It's like, and he's put himself in a Bible over there, big fat fuck, and all these people are starving, feeding them all fucking apples. And they got worms in their stomach. Wow. They can't whisper or talk or anything, and slaving them out to China, human trafficking and shit. It's like, the fuck is that? Who the fuck does some shit like that, anyways? You know? So, it's just straight up bullshit, man, right there. But anyways, yeah, so anyways, let me write this one in. I got more for you. All right. Let me break it down. More codes. So you got the word, the word. The word. TW. If you take the W, you slide it over, make it an E, you got ET, the word ET, extraterrestrials who produced the words when everything was first programmed into human beings. It goes beyond because you got if you consider the fact that everything was programmed from a higher being originally, let alone just evolution, and one species finds another and helps evolution them just a little bit more, and either it works out or it doesn't, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I was just trying to figure it out. I'm not figure it out. I was just trying to explain it the best I can. But the word Bible, I'll write over it. What does it sound like? Bull. Like bye to the bull. Not saying don't eat it or don't drink it. Not talking about the bull itself. Like Moscow, 30 cows. But the bull being the Red Bull, the big horns, all that shit that the Satan everyone envisions, the big beard and all that shit, like this, red and evil and thinks about all the fucked up, just evil, like that Satan, that message is for him. It's a higher order. It means bye bull, like the bull, bye, like get the fuck out of here. We don't need you. If that's what you are, get the fuck out of here. We don't need that. That's a whole nother evil. It's like, yeah, we're all set, and then so that's like the one. It's like, so that's God, like that's God's word, it's like Bible, like fuck that, dude. This is our house. We got our language, and it's decipherable through positive and negative. And then you break down what I see here. By the way, I gotta say, I am obviously, like, I am Roman Catholic. I was an altar boy. I'm lucky enough to say, like, people, and do I want to talk about this shit? Fucking pisses me off. So check this out. So people talk about, like, when I talk about church and everything, people are taught, they assume that that's all just like fucking pedophiles and shit, where unfortunately they've had priests trafficking children, programming them into that shit, basically, the more I'm educating myself to understand what this shit is, it's pretty fucked up. So they're brainwashing them, that this is what it all is, what it comes down to, and it's like, holy fuck, like that's what they really do over there, huh? That's not what that's supposed to be at all. You study Jesus, that shit, that kind of shit he ain't even playing that game at all. So, yeah, that Jesus ain't for that shit. Neither's God. In fact, every civilization that's ever destroyed their own children as a way of life, that civilization just goes away, just like the Mayas and Incas. Why? Well, weren't they, before God got there, right? Before the conquistadors got there, with the church and the cross, were they perfect? Nobody's perfect, but their plan was definitely better. You know why? Because when they got into the Americas, and yeah, they saw gold, and it was a nice place, but guess what? They were taking women and children, bringing them up to the top of the fucking temples, and eating them alive, and killing them, making them cry on purpose, because they want to make the rains fall the sky and shit. It's all kinds of fucked up thinking. There's all this brainwash, staring at the sun, all kinds of brainwash techniques that they'd all apply on each other. And then there's not enough food. There's too many fucking people. So guess what they start fucking doing? They start eating each other. They had actual sports where they fucking the winner or the loser, which it was, however they decided that shit, became the fucking main course in the breakfast. How much fucking meat you gonna find down there? It ain't much. What the fuck are they hunting? It's all small game shit. No cattle and big shit. No big shit down there. So, you know what? Got too many people down there. They don't plan enough. They don't plan too well for a couple of seasons. You know what? There ain't enough food. Farms are bad. And the thinking's bad. And the top to the bottom is shit. It's over. Fucking the conquistadors come down. They're looking at that shit. They see the guy, the king of all his people, taking a girl, bringing her all the way up to the top of a fucking mountain, and ripping her heart out and taking the skin and wearing it and shit. So, all right, so this is how you guys fucking work? No problem. So, you know, no one can respect that shit. You know what I mean? There's not no rhyme or reason to that. You know what I mean? It's like this fucking sick, fucked up people. So, you know, conquistadors, they found a big giant fucking, check this out, and here's what we know about it. There's a big giant pyramid in Mexico. The base of it is the biggest pyramid in the entire planet. Even bigger than the ones at Giza even, right? Don't know what was inside of it. Don't know how big it actually was. But what we do know is that it was mostly fucking taken out completely, and they put a fucking church on top of that motherfucker with God and saying, enough of that shit. You ain't sacrificing women, you ain't sacrificing kids. No real man does that shit in any level, in any kind of way, no matter how weird and tricky and fucked up you are with it at any fucking level. You know? Now imagine this, the king is doing that shit to these fucking girls. You know what that fucking does to his whole society? Fucks them all up and they're all doing the same shit. Conquistadors come in, see all of that, it's like, gone. And all the books burnt, just like in Nazi Germany. What did they burn? It was all, well, look at this shit. Have you seen this Mayan calendar? I've looked at it. I mean, there's other stuff they have there. I've looked at all the stuff they have down there. It's all satanic shit at the end of the day. It's all what do you call it? You use the word psychedelic, but that's not the word they're using. It's a whole nother fucking thing they're experiencing. A real experience, and it happened, and they're doing it. And there's all different kinds of energies out there. So that's why it's when society forms and it's doing well, especially like in America, we get good leaders. Shit, fucking, you know. The negativity is what this breaks down to. So, you know, and then for me, 1/3 of God's angels come from heaven. Because there's another way that comes out of it. So that's that's negative lying and these fucking pedophile priests. So check this out, and I'm ashamed to know that, and it blew my mind, because when I was an altar boy, like, I never experienced any of that shit. The priest, or at least for me, the priest, I never experienced that shit. Other people coming in, and that now other kids my age coming in and fuck with me in church, yeah, that shit happened all the time, but that was it. You know, so for me, in my experiences, I can't blame the church for what they've done to me. So far, I haven't had any bad experiences with the Roman Catholic Church. But, gotta tell you, they're really shuffling around people like that. It's like, dude,